Hello there, fact checkers. So happy you're still with us and ready to learn even more about the world of misinformation and how to avoid sharing it with friends and family. So next, we're going to learn about reading upstream and reading past the headline. So let's start with that first one, reading upstream. Well, that's when you navigate information kind of like a salmon and you sniff out those fishy posts. Like a salmon, you want to go right to the beginning and find out the original source for something that you're seeing either in a post or in an article. This is especially helpful when you come across like a scientific claim. You want to follow a claim back to its original source, like maybe the World Health Organization or the CDC if we're talking about COVID-19. Here's an example. A local news station ran a segment about side effects of the COVID-19 vaccine. So before sharing that news story, you can click the link that's included in it, and it takes you right to the CDC to find out for yourself if the news story was right about headaches and fevers and chills being potential side effects. And you know what? You might just want to share that CDC web page instead. Next, you always want to read past the headline and get the whole story before you hit that button and share it with friends. For instance, nurse faints while talking to press about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. That's what a headline read in the New York Post. Now, that's a pretty tantalizing headline, right? It might give you some kind of an emotional feeling like we talked about earlier and make you want to share it right away. However, the last two paragraphs of that article says, she has a condition where she often faints when she feels pain. And the nurse said that she felt fine after the pain in her arm from the injection subsided. Okay, so the story isn't completely inaccurate, but the headline certainly doesn't tell the whole story. All right, finally, a bonus tip for you. Make sure you check the date on an article or on a video. When it comes to big stories, especially about public health, science can evolve and change. So it's really important to make sure that you are looking at the latest information. So at the beginning of the pandemic, for instance, the CDC wasn't really recommending mask wearing yet, but obviously that changed over time. So looking at an old news story with old advice from public health officials could actually be really misleading. So remember, read past the headline and go directly to the source and always look for dates before you share information. That's all for now, but stay tuned for more important tips to fact check the internet.